Hi everyone. For part A of this project, I decided to focus on handball. A little bit of history. Handball started in ancient Rome and Greece. In the 19th century, the first formal handball game started being played in Denmark. In 1906 was when the official rules of handball were created. In 1925, the first international game was played between Germany and Belgium. In 1936, it was the first official Summer Olympics where handball was involved. That was played in the Summer Olympics in Berlin. And finally, in 1946, the International Handball Federation was formed. So, some key figures and athletes that are very important from handball. The main figure is Carl Schlonez. He's known as the father of modern handball and is the one that really got it off the ground. He also published the modern rules of handball. Another one's Carl Diem. He's the principal. He was a principal of the German High School for Physical Education, and he was the first one who recognized handball as an official sport in 1920. And Avery Brundage, he was the first U.S. citizen to serve as the president of the International Amateur Handball Federation, which was founded in 1928. And one of the greater athletes in handball she's considered the best, is Nicola Karabatic. She's from France and is considered the greatest handball player of all time. Talant Dinishbev from Spain. She is considered to make the most impact on the game. Is also considered to be one of the better players and coaches in the world. So some rules according to the Olympics. To start off with the basics, the game has to start with a throw-off from center court. Each player must throw the ball to their own teammates. Players must be 3 meters away from the thrower, and a score of the ball must be thrown. Some do nots for handball is you are not allowed to double dribble, and you have to get rid of the ball within 3 seconds. You cannot push or shove or hit an opponent, and you cannot rip the ball away from your opponent as well. Some governing bodies for handball. The top is the International Handball Federation. It is considered the main governing body for international handball, including beach handball, and they also organize major international tournaments. The second is the United States Handball Association, which is the national governing body for handball in the U.S. And finally, the last one is Pan American Team Handball Federation, which is the governing body for handball in North, Central, South America, and the Caribbean. Some regions and countries that participate in handball, as far as participation as a whole, 5 continents and over 180 countries participate in handball. Some countries where handball is considered popular is France, Denmark, Norway, Germany, Spain, Russia, Korea, Egypt, and Qatar. And some of the not popular countries that are involved in handball is us, the US, Belgium, India, China, and Mexico. And in the bottom right, there is a picture of what is considered popular. As far as the countries, you can see the yellow, green, and blue are considered very major, and the orange and red are very minor. Some participation rates around the world for handball. Globally, according to Statica, the International Handball Federation reveals an estimated 30 million people play handball while having a total of 130,000 teams participating. In the US, there's only 2.5 million people that play handball, which is relatively not a lot considered to more of our major sports. And we compete in roughly 3,000 facilities worldwide. In England, which is where it's also considered popular, as of November 22nd, an estimated 131,000 people participate in handball. So your average profile participants, so your average A person for men is around 24 years old, 24.3 years old. And then for women, it's a little bit lower at 23.6. And handball is considered a diverse group of people of all ages and genders who want to engage in a fast paced team sport with some intensity as well. And go along those lines, some physical attributes. You need to be strong, fast, good aerobic endurance, and be able to perform with high intensity. Some main handball events. The main handball event is the Olympic Games in Paris 2024 and Tokyo 2020. Handball was featured. So those are the main handball events that everyone looks forward to. Some other notable smaller events include in September 2024, the International Handball Federation Men's Club Championship was held. October 2024, the IHF, the International Handball Federation, also hosted the Trophy Junior Men tournament. And next year, in January 2025, is the 29th International Handball Federation Men's World Championship. Some media coverage, very, very basic. You have Peacock and USA Network. And for these two, it makes very much sense because NBC, Peacock, USA Network, YouTube TV, they are all sort of in a relationship with each other. So having these three on as media coverage makes the most sense for the US. And then one that I found interesting is the EHF-TV, and that is a main network that only the European Handball Federation broadcasts, or just Europe. Some main sponsorships as of May 2022. There are three main sponsorships for handball. Tipmix is the main one that I found, along with Hummel, and Shajinzak. I would not get that in a million years. And then the picture you see below is the top brands sponsoring handball. As you can see, the main three, they are all, for the most part, they are all very consistent with each other, 12, 10, and 5 brand deals. However, once you get to Puma, the list drops a little bit, and Select is also a main one, even though there are three. Some licensed products. So there's a lot of equipment. When doing the research, there's a lot of equipment such as Amazon, Select Sport, Net World Sports that are big in licensed product for handball, and it is very easy to find as well. And that is all for part A of this project. Thank you for listening, and I hope you got to gain a little bit of what handball is all about. Thank you so much.